This is one reason I believe that people are successful. And don't get mad because it's simple, but it's true. Do you know that there are thoughts that are just roaming around us, and they're like ideas? And what happens is they flow through our mind, they flow through us. And if we're in tune to that frequency, we catch it and then we act on it. It's that simple. Here's an example. Do you know how many people are upset and mad right now on the other side of the screen watching other people succeed with their idea that they had that they never acted on? It's that simple. People will say, "Ooh, I wish Walt Disney was here so that he could see his dream." Well, sweetheart, he did see it. That's why we can see it. He saw it. An idea came to him to build, a playland, or whatever they call it, the resort. An idea came to him to build an entertainment place for families and children, right? And he saw it. A thought came, because thoughts can come visually and they can also come in words. Do this. And he acted on it. There are thoughts that are running through your mind all the time throughout the day. Somebody even gave a number of how many thoughts we have a day, and we won't act on it. It'll tell you, post this if you have a business, or you're doing real estate or whatever you're doing, do this, and you just won't do it. You just keep walking and you just ignore it. But these millionaires and billionaires, an idea came, and they're like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a fidgety thing. And that thing just took off. You know what? I'm going to make wigs and make the edges. I'm just saying, ideas came to people, and ideas come to you all the time, but you choose not to act on it. Therefore, you choose not to be rich or wealthy, and you choose not to succeed in your business. So it's really just that simple. They heard and they listened. So if you want one word as to why I think that they have been successful, is they listened. It has happened to me too. And ideas will come and I'll just let it slip, and then it'll come back again another week later, and I'll hear it and I'll say, you know what? And it'll say, create this, make this, or I'll see something and now I act on it. I don't wait, I act on it, because you don't want somebody else on Shark Tank with your idea. You don't want somebody else on some reality show with the thought or idea that actually you had. And here's the thing, it's like a free-for-all. All the thoughts are just out there. It's not like this is only for you. Yes, I believe certain things are for you, but at the same time, hey, you grab it. If that's not true, then why is somebody else on TV with your so-called idea? That means that it's a free-for-all. Anybody is, up for grabs. It's all up for anybody. Anybody can take it. Now, here's the thing. You may say, well, the reason I don't act on it is because somebody else is already doing that. Lord, I don't know how many times we have to tell each other, so what? The industry is oversaturated with that. The industry is oversaturated with real estate agents. Let me tell you something. There are some people who will not work with you if you are Black. There are some people that won't work with you if you're white. There are some people that won't work with you if you're a woman. There are some people that won't work with you if you are a man, if you are whatever, if you're a Christian, if you're an atheist, they just won't work with you. And so there is always an audience for you. That's number 2. There is always an audience for you. There's always somebody that is for you. Okay. You have a specific audience, people that will only buy from you and people that will only work with you. How do I know that? Check all the products that you have in your house. There are certain things that you will not buy if it's by this person or this brand. You only buy Mrs. Barrett's bread. I ain't buying nobody else's unless you just have to. There's nothing else left to buy. There are certain brands that, so what if Sunbeam was like, well, we're not going to make no bread, or Miss Barrett is like, I'm not going to make any bread because this one is out and that one is out. Some people don't like Mrs. Barrett's. They like Sunbeam. Some people don't like Nature's Own or whatever all the different brands are. Look at your lotions, look at your hair products, look at your clothes. I just won't buy nothing some people won't buy foreign cars. I just won't buy American cars. So there's always an audience. So do not ever fall into that limiting belief. Take my course. Don't ever fall into that limiting belief that it's oversaturated. People are, there's enough musicians, there's enough singers, there's enough this, there's enough real estate agents in my area. Please. I live in one of the most racist areas, you know what I'm saying? And so I already know that, some of them will not work with me because of that. I'm talking about that's where I live, but that doesn't mean that's where I work and that's where I do business. So that's all I'm saying is I already know that they will only work with certain people, but I even choose to overcome that belief and say, you know what, you're going to work with me. You're going to work with me because I say so and I believe so, and you're going to see the real me and you're not going to see my color, and I get the clients. So it's all about what you believe. Number 3, it's all about what you believe. When you're working your business, when you want to succeed, what do you believe? Do you believe that you will only go this far? Do you believe that you will not have an audience or clients because it's oversaturated? If that's what you believe, I don't believe that. I believe that Just because other people make hoodies don't mean that I'm not going to make hoodies. I have mugs, I write books, I do it all, and I'm going to keep doing it. There's not enough of me though. There may be enough in a lot of people in that industry, but there's not a lot of me because there's only one of me. There's only one of you. You understand what I'm saying? Number 4, don't allow people to prostitute your gifts and your services. You're worthy to be paid. You're worthy to be compensated. And I know a lot of times people will say, well, if you just come on my show, you'll get exposure. Well, sweetheart, do you not remember the kind of generation that we're in? I can expose myself. And most of the times you want to expose me to broke people. No offense. You want to expose me to people that don't even have money anyway. When I can make a video myself and go viral. I can go on TikTok and make a video and get 30,000 views. And you wanted to expose me to 40 people, and you don't want to pay me for my time to come and teach your people and teach your group of women and teach your group of men, or teach your what do you call them? Your workers, your employees, and help them with their mindsets and stuff. But you don't want to pay me. You just want to give me exposure. I don't need your exposure. Exposure don't pay no bills. Okay. I can expose myself. And I've done a video on that either on this page, I Am Dorian Realtor, or on my You Living Intuitively YouTube page, where I talked about, God help me grow my business. I think that's the one. And trust me, I'm not trying to offend anybody, but you're exposing me to people that do not have money or don't care to buy anything from anybody. They just want to take. They just want to take what you have and try to use it for themselves. So I'm not in the business of making other people rich while you're not putting anything in my pocket. We're just going to keep it real. Stop with the no. If I have a service and I have a product and it's valuable and it's going to help someone, I deserve to be compensated, because people don't know the time, the money, and the energy it takes to do the things that I do, the things that we do, videos, books, albums, websites. They have no clue the time and the energy it takes to do what we do. And it costs money. It costs money. The phone that people are watching and wanting to get your stuff from, it costs money for them to have what they have. So remember that you are valuable, and your time, your service, and your products, they're worthy of compensation. So I wanted this to be a quick, easy, simple video for you to see that, number 1, you have to listen. You have to listen to any and all kind of ideas. I'm not saying you run with every single one, but listen and say, okay, you know what? I wonder about that. That's not gonna work for me. That's not for me. That's for somebody else. I'm gonna let that one go on in and go on out and flow to somebody else. I don't want that one. And then there's another one, say, oh, you know what? I like that idea. I think I'm gonna roll with that, and just do it. Don't be lazy. Don't be shy. Don't be fearful. Number 2, remember that some people will only buy and patronize your brand. They don't want anybody else's. They only want you. And so you have to step up, step out, get out there and do it, because they don't want anybody else's real estate business. They don't want anybody else's bread. They want yours. They don't want anybody else's music. They only like to listen to you. They only like to listen to your stuff. They only like to, buy your stuff. Okay. And lastly, check your belief system. Believe that anybody will buy from you. Anybody will patronize you. Doesn't matter the color. Doesn't matter, your race, your culture. Doesn't matter your experience. I don't care if you just opened up your business yesterday. You can have 50 clients today. I don't care if people tell you, well, you just open up your business the first 2-3 years, you're going to be broke. It's not going to work. That's their belief system. Don't let that be your belief system. Get into my course online, iamdorian.com, on limiting beliefs, and I'm going to show you how to do that. Next, know your value and know that you are worthy of compensation, and that people are able to afford you. Just believe that. People can afford me. People that inquire about my businesses, they can afford me and they can pay.